Hi there, welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of unique homes and showcase stories of people living alternatively. Today we're traveling to Las Vegas to meet a triple platinum recording artist who downsized from a 2,700 square foot house into a tiny home. LESHAUN is going to take us on a tour of her fabulously decorated home and explain what inspired her to make such a big lifestyle change. And if you guys like these kind of videos, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know every single time I publish a new tour. But right now, let's jump right in and take a tour.
Will you join me? Will you roll? Make this house our tiny home.
Hi, I'm LESHAUN, and this is my tiny house, Jewel. My life before was quite different. I'm actually a triple platinum recording artist. I did a very popular song with Kels Jay called Doing It. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. And I did a lot of traveling on tour buses. That was probably my introduction to living tiny. My daughter got pregnant, and when I knew she was going to need my help, I moved into this big house, 2,700 square feet. When she moved out, I didn't need to be in that space by myself anymore. It was just way too much. So I started thinking more about going tiny. I've been in Jewel for about 1.5 years. I am in Las Vegas, and I am at a really nice RV park here. The size of my rig is 24 feet. So when I drop the door, I get another, I think it's about 6.5, 7 feet. As far as the design and construction of Jewel, all of that was me. I did hire help here and there for things that I felt was out of my scope. And once I had all that in place, I knew I was good to go. You can't really put a price on the blood, sweat, and tears I have experienced in doing all of this. If I had to just kind of do a guesstimate, I'm probably somewhere around $25K. So this is the outside of Jewel. As you can see, I like to decorate everything. Even though I live in a tiny home, it doesn't mean that I don't want it to look and feel good. When I first bought my rig, I thought that I was going to need a huge generator, and I did end up buying a huge generator, but it was sitting up here on this rack. And then when I sold the generator, I decided that I wanted to do something different with the space that I have here. So I created more of a desert zen kind of feeling. I always like having outdoor spaces. I needed to create sort of a living room for myself out here. So I have my lounge chairs, and I put a table here, and I made the table high enough so that I can actually put a freezer underneath, because as you know, living tiny, we have small refrigerators and freezers. And so I like the fact that I have a large freezer outside. And then I can actually watch TV outside while I kick back. The wood on the side of Jewel tends to trick a lot of people. They think that it's actual wood, and I like it because it gives more of a homey kind of feel, but it's actually a wrap that I had done. I'm glad that I did it. And then I also like to cook outside, and so I put my oven outside, 2-burner electric, and then I have like a griddle. Now if I just want to kind of hang out I can actually drop the back of the rig. And so I have my patio out here, and then I just pull up a chair and I can kick back just like that. Let's take a look inside. Inside, I think the first thing that most people notice is my dining room lounge. I actually took the same color scheme that I had in the house that I was living in, and I just kind of downsized everything. Like even the pictures that are on the wall, they were way bigger. I cut them down, reframed them because I still wanted to use the artwork. Obviously, I couldn't get my Chesterfield couch in here, so I found a love seat that was almost small enough, but the arms made it a little bit too big. So me doing what I usually do, I call myself Miss MacGyver. So I had to MacGyver it, and I took the arms off so it would fit right in that space, and it fits really well. It feels really homey. Because I didn't want my space to feel too heavy, I went with ghost chairs. The ghost chairs just kind of give a light feeling to the space. I think the style is kind of zen, glam. On this side of my rig, the first thing that I did before I even got her situated was I pulled out the huge convection microwave that was here blocking you when you first walked in. I ended up using IKEA cabinets for the upper cabinets because the IKEA cabinets are lighter weight and you can get it in a lot of different configurations. So I like the fact that I was able to put in a shallow cabinet for when you first walk in the door, and it really opened up the space. One of the other things that I really love was picking out my countertops. I had originally bought butcher block because, you know, everybody in the tiny home communities, you know, raves about the butcher block. But I was like, this I'm sorry. This is heavy, and it was extremely heavy. So I actually ended up posting it on OfferUp and got rid of the butcher block. And then I went with a premium laminate, which I love because it gives the feeling of petrified wood or stone. It could go either way. And that's what I love about it. I did that, and then I had an extension put on at the end of it. Another thing that I went with that was super important to me was having a deep sink. So I used a laundry sink instead of a normal kitchen sink because the laundry sinks are deeper. I can put my butcher block chopping board on top of that if I need more workspace. So on the opposite side of the kitchen, I have my Dometic refrigerator freezer. I took the closet that was here on this side, which was meant to be some sort of clothes closet, and I turned it into my appliance garage. I needed to make sure that I had an air fryer, my microwave. I love it. I love having that space. I can put all of my appliances in one area. Next to the refrigerator is the bathroom. I pretty much gutted everything out of the bathroom except for the shower base and the cabinet. I wanted to make it feel like my style. So I went ahead and put the nice tiles on the wall. I did the gold fixtures and everything in this space as well. From there, we take a step back, and then we're in my boudoir, bedroom / office. This was completely empty because, again, this was a toy hauler. So this rig is meant to haul toys like race cars or four-wheelers, motorcycles. It gave me a blank space to be able to just do my thing. When I first purchased it, it was in Texas. I ended up taking this measurement and I was able to start taping out every single piece on the garage floor of the house where I was living. Instead of putting in a regular closet, I put in a closet that's actually made for a child's room, but it's perfect for a tiny house. I ended up buying these really nice baskets and they were perfect. And I keep my shoes and my hats and everything in there. I repurposed a tray to keep my Buddha on and a couple little sayings. One of my favorite quotes is, "The man that thinks he knows everything learns nothing." So I keep that as a reminder every day to try and learn something new. I do have an antique phone on the wall. I like to collect old things, mostly phones and cameras. And I have my desk, which is a high-low desk, so I can stand up and work. My bed is up a little bit high, but that's because I have a lot of storage underneath. The other thing that really shocks people in here is the chandelier. It's a tiny house. Why do you need a chandelier? Because I need a chandelier, okay? Because that's me. So I created one for my space. That's the thing about living tiny is it's not so bad as long as you surround yourself with the things that are important to you. What I love about living tiny is that I was able to reduce my carbon footprint and simplify my life. Yeah, I know I'm a girl from Brooklyn and I'm from the hood, but I'm really like an undercover tree hugger. I always knew that I wanted to live this lifestyle. Like I said, I got that bug when I was on the road. So I'm glad that I'm able to do that and at the same time, reduce my carbon footprint.
Thanks for watching this week's video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon with another unique home tour.